So we, so again, Bellany and Wolfie touch down, and they are no longer in wild shape. One thing that Bellany will need to do is, you all have done this, so both of you all will have your wild shapes, at least one wild shape gone, since you all flew back so much.
I think I already had it marked. Yes, I did. I'll make sure it's on Wolvie too.
Okay. So you've gotten home. A lot of your animals and everything are there. The grove seems fine, other than just been sort of dark. It's not really wet. Like there's not really been any storms or things like that apparently, but it's been quite cloudy and overcast. Right now, the way I would describe the light the best is it would almost feel like it's twilight, like almost feeling more like sunrise instead of sunset. It's like the sun's trying to come up. So, like I said, it's you, Wolfie. Do you want to do anything? You want to go inside? You want to tend to your animals?
I'll tend to my animals first, and then I'll go inside.
Your animals are quite happy to have you guys back. So if they're nearby, they're definitely happy to be there.
Are you laughing?
Take a picture, that's all.
No.
The pig's by itself.
No, it didn't get up there. But they've definitely made their way there. Over in the slight distance, we have Bob Yaga has seen the great eagles fly in, and he realizes who it is that's coming. He's trying to feel whether or not he should take his armor off, because you've not seen him with his armor on. He's trying to maybe put you at ease. It's been a very long few days for him. So I'll go ahead and roll to see if he feels it's probably best for him to change the armor. So he'll go and change his armor out, and he comes out after dropping his armor the best he can, and he's going to make his way through the woods. So again, he sees this large gathering of animals, from bear to pig to sheep to horses to cattle, about everything that you can imagine, dogs and cats, all just being happy that their friend Bellany and Wolfie are back. And again, like, are you feeding them? Are you doing anything in particular?
I'm just rubbing them and talking to them right now. I'm gonna see if they have been taken care of while I've been gone.
So, okay.
Because that'll tell me a lot about Bob.
So, okay. You're welcome to use perception or survival, whichever you prefer to see.
I'll do survival. I have advantage, and it's +8. 26.
So, there's a lot of fat and happy animals there. So, even though there is a whiff of maybe a little unrest since it's been so dark, apparently. If you want to speak to any of them, you can. You have to be able to do that, don't you?
Yes. I'm speaking. I guess I'll speak to the horse.
Okay. The very big, tall horse.
Yes, that one. I will speak to her and see why she feels so unease.
So Bellany speaks to the horse. The horse lets you know that there have been many people coming in and out in quite a hurry coming to the grove lately. Some are dirty and battered and bruised and in a rush, just constantly checking, trying to see if you are there. And checking to make sure the grove is okay. And the lack of sunlight has been sort of concerning. Like I said, they've not seen the sun in a while. It's just there's been periods of light and darkness, but it's been very, very, very dark overall. It lets you know that right now this is about as bright as it's been.
So they haven't seen the sun since Wolvie and I left.
Well, since the full moon. So that was like over 2 days ago. So, or it should be, I guess, 3 days at this point.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let her know that as far as I know, the people who have been coming, they are all friendly and safe, or they would not have been allowed near them.
Yeah, they said it's not, they've not really been concerned with the animals at all.
Okay.
And paying much mind to them.
Okay.
So Bob's been making his way up.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell them that I will give each of them and all the others around, even if they haven't made their way to me yet, I'll give each of them a treat.
Okay.
So they get some special food.
Okay. So, the treat in the house mostly, probably though.
Yeah.
You need treats, all right? So Bellany goes off to get the treats, and this is about so many animals. This is about the time that Bob comes in. So Wolfie's still outside. And goes, hello, Miss Wolfie. Or Lady Wolfie. I see that you and Bellany have returned. Are you all well?
Yes, we are well, and we have been successful on our endeavor.
So, Bob says I had no doubts that you all would return. Just looking at you, you don't look like you're any worse for wear. I don't see that. It doesn't look like you need any type of medical attention either. I also see quite a few bags and almost like big pouch of clothing that you all have brought, like large amounts of clothing, which is Bob's like, okay. He says, since you've been gone, there have been a few trials and tribulations that have befallen Habshan. and that I believe that you and Belny, when you are ready, I'm not going to rush you. Probably want to come over to the actual grove and talk to me and one of the monks in person at your earliest convenience.
Alrighty, I will speak to Belny when she comes back out, and after she gives treats to her animals, we will probably head over. Belny and I were talking on the way back. We would like, if you are able to get someone for whom you trust to take some of these items that appear like clothes and plant them different places on our property here.
And so I believe that we have we would have plenty of volunteers to do that if asked. Like once we have some ample time, we will definitely start doing that. He said, I'll go ahead and take some of the bags now. So he grabs a very, very large bundle of the clothes. He sort of makes a comment that they have quite a strong odor, and asks if the odor is that the odor of midnight?
That's from under.
No, that's the odor of
victory. Still victory.
I don't even know. It's not the plant that smells that way.
So he goes, so is it, should we wash these?
It wouldn't hurt.
Don't want to lose the nutrients.
I don't know. If you can magically wash them without losing any of.
Okay, so it's like I'll see if there's some way to at least purify the smell. We'll ask around. So the old man.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, the old man's keeping it at arm's length while he's pulling. He definitely doesn't put it against himself as he drags the large intertwined bags back to the.
Prestidigitation.
Who is that?
This is another druid follower.
Okay.
So all right.
Okay, I come back out with all the treats. And as I'm holding my hand out so that they can all come get one, I tell Wolfie I thought I heard her speaking to someone.
Of course, Wolfie tells you that it was Bob.
Okay, so as soon as all the animals get their treats, I am ready to go with Wolfie to talk to Bob and the other. But all the animals have to get their treats.
So, like I said, they're pretty far away, so you can probably bring some with you.
Ah, okay. But these are coming. My arms are too short for this.
There are lots and lots of animals about to get their treat.
I'll take it to the rest of them as we go. Oh, Lord, only because I can't reach anymore.
That's probably a great thing.
Okay.
So, you all give everyone treats that you can.
Yes. And then the rest are in my pocket to give as we go.
All right, so you got plenty of treats. So at this point, you all come up a great knoll, and you can see your house that has sort of your symbols on them.
This one's flying down to get its treat.
Yeah, there's a flying bird coming down to get its treat, and all the animals in the area sense Melanie, and they come up to her quickly.
Oh no, that one fell down.
Yeah.
We can't miss that one. Is that all of them? I think.
Yeah, those are all the animals. So they have come to definitely get their treats from Melanie.
And I speak to them also and make sure that they are all okay as well.
Okay. So yes, so they're excited that Melanie's there. If you speak to them, they all talk about how it's been very dark for a very long time, and especially the birds and the chickens that sort of their whole clock,
Is messed up.
that they're very upset because when it's dark, a lot of animals sleep, and so they're not staying up enough, and so they don't feel very well.
Okay, I will see if I can find any information out about what's been going on with the sun.
So the chickens would especially like that. So, and the cows were like, it's hard to eat with it being so dark. It's like they have 4 stomachs to fill up.
Oh.
Okay. So do you want to make your way over to the?
Yes, we will.
All right. So Isabel and Wolfie make their way up towards their, the House of the Grove, and there stands a very like a familiar abbot that or monk, I should say, not really abbot.
I would call that a chapel.
Did he come back out with his
Yeah,
armor back
but
on?
you don't know.
or-
Yeah, so you'll see. And like you see the very large
Jeremy,
a chapel.
yeah, the correct term would be chapel for that building.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say chapel.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask who that one is because I don't recognize them.
Yeah, very large. So again, the monk welcomes you. It says, Master Bellany, we've waited your return, and we are very pleased that you are back. It's a shame that it's not brighter for your return. We've been having many people come to hoping that you could help. Habshan has had some very dark days since your departure. I believe that Sir Yaga here should speak on the behalf of this.
And I'm gonna say I do not see Bob around. So who is this?
So the very large suit of armor walks up in its green, and it goes and sticks this massive sword into the ground, and then he reaches and lifts off his helmet, and there a familiar beard flops down in face, and it's Bob. And he's fully armored up. He says, "Sorry, madam. I know that you haven't seen me in my armor. You may call me the Knight of Nature, as I've taken a new pledge." He then shows you his sword, and it is it's a very, very large sword, but it's quite odd. The handle has been replaced with some type of wood in it. It's like a very hard wood, and it's got like a hilt knob that is also a type of like maybe stone that's carved into it, holding the hilt in. And then along the back side of the sword, There's quite a bit of wood casing on the back, but you can see like there is a metal blade on the one side. So it's been like encased into like some type of wood. So his armor is still very, very much armor, but his cape is green because it's been rewoven in vines, like in a very natural way. It still looks like cloth, but you can actually see like how it's been more natural instead of just like what most clothing's made out of. So
Okay.
he said, I used to be known as something else until I pledged myself to you, but from now it's like my glory is in in protecting nature for you and those that you value your kin and important to you.
Okay, I do appreciate that. My animals told me that there have been a lot of darkness while we've been gone, and then the abbot said the same thing about Hubshan needing our help because of these dark days. Can you tell me what's going on?
Yes, madam. We experienced early on before the full moon. We've a great bane upon the area. When we were conducting the rituals that you asked us to do, we had discovered that villains had been trying to take a hold here. And when we stirred up these rituals to keep things out that weren't supposed to, we stirred up other things and drove creatures from this large region. We did not realize that what we were doing would affect not just the grove but around it. It even like it was so potent. Like these lesser beings were also driven out, not just in the grove but the surrounding areas, which is very good because it creates even more buffer for you. But in turn, it's like it caused sort of a stampede of, so let's say, for lack of a better word, these fiends and they were driven towards town. Luckily, thanks to some of your friends and allies, we were able to stop the initial stampede. There were literally hundreds of these enhanced rats that we were able to stop. The problem is that we did not realize that these rats were cursed and that certain people were cursed because of their attacks upon them. That happened the night before the full moon. So when the full moon came out, the town has been, shall we say, plunged into darkness by what we believe someone called the Archdruid's work, basically keeping the town in darkness and keeping these cursed people in this cursed form. In my many travels, when these type of people are cursed this way, they are not themselves. They are not in control and being controlled by their master.
So their cursed form, is that of a rat?
Yes, it's very much like a rat. The problem is these are not like the rats that we fought. They are quite large. Many of them are larger than what they were before they were cursed, and they have many of their abilities changed from the curse. once we found out this curse had been spread, we were able to put some counter curse abilities out there to keep it from spreading. But sadly, your friends and allies, some of them again have been infected, and a few others were infected once we realized what had happened. So the town is basically sort of under martial law until we can figure out what to do about this archdruid and this darkness that had descended.
Who has been cursed?
I believe their names are Sir Charles and Drew right now. There could be some others that have been transformed. Princess or Queen Ava has put the town under martial law, and we were able to again create like an anti-curse to keep it from spreading along with this darkness. But those that were infected before we were able to put up this barrier for this curse to spread are still in the city running around. We've been having a hard time locating them, so the soldiers have created a lockdown trying to keep people from going in and out of the city easily. So that way this plague is not spread, because the safeguards that we put in place only extend to the city and the grove. If this would get out, we could have sort of a plague of rats through here.
And you have, if I understood you correctly, you do not know Sir Charles and Drew's location at the moment, other than that they are
in the city. They're in the city. Many of your compatriots are trying to find and capture them to keep them from doing additional harm. Some of your other compatriots are looking for the Archdruid. But right now, many of your followers are the ones that are keeping this anti-curse, or that keeping this anti-curse from happening. So they're trying to keep the city pure and innocence from being infected with this too.
So what do you suggest Wolvie and I do to help with this?
So right now, I believe the prudent course is to go and make sure to bolster your followers and keep them on high spirits, while we go to speak to the abbot. That's right.
I have to talk to my followers.
Well, they just want to see you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Just seeing your presence will greatly energize them and feel that you've come to their aid.
Then
many say this has happened because you left, and this would never have happened if you'd have been here.
Huh. Great, no guilt or anything.
It's like your protection and light shines over everything when you're around.
Yeah, you're not making me feel any better, but let's go get this done.
So it says, if it is okay, would you prefer to go to the shrine on your own, or do I have permission to escort you?
The followers know you, so you can go with us.
Okay. So is it that does my heart well? I feel that I can be of great need and be of great service. I will take you to the shrine, and I will return once we feel that you're safe there.
Okay.
He turns and tells Dan. He's like, I will be back as quick as I can. So when he turns, you actually see the back of his cloak, and the cloak is a great tree. It's like it's sort of weaved into it, tree, and then there looks like there could also be sprouts of wings that are embedded with the tree, like in the backside of the great tree.
Okay.
Don't forget the lightning fruit.
Yeah, there might be little streaks of lightning that looks like they're hanging from the tree, from the tree branches.
Okay.
What was that look for? I was just making them remember the design.
It's there.
Yep, I said okay. Things are good-ish.
All right, so you all are on your way.
Map change. Time for a cigarette.
Yep. So I didn't know if you wanted to get a picture of you all
Yeah.
venturing on to the caverns